Sig Sauer P365. This is the Tacpac. Thank you guys for joining today on the Conceal Carry channel. I'm Grant McLean. Got an exciting review for you. We have the Sig Sauer P365. This is the Tacpac. So I'm going to go over the P365 as is because it's basically the same, but the Tacpac gives you a bunch more accessories. So give you that info. That way you can decide, all right, how do I want to configure my gun? Is it worth a little bit of extra money to go with the Tacpac, right? All right, so before we jump into the review, like always, hit that like and subscribe and comment something awesome. That helps out the channel immensely. Before we jump in, I want to thank our friends over at the Northwest Armory. They have done a fantastic job with getting us guns, so that way we can get down to the range, give you the tabletop reviews, giving you that honest review, and that way we can pretty much dissect this stuff and give you relevant information. That way you can decide, hey, is this right for me or not, right? But if you need to order anything from Northwest Armory, just go to nwarmory.com, place your order there. They are shipping to all the FFLs in the US, as long as they're accepting transfers, of course, and just let them know what you want to get, and they'll get that over to you. If you happen to pop into the store, though, let them know that Grant McLean over at the Concealed Carry channel sent you in, and of course, they're going to make sure they take care of you as always. And Khaki. Khaki's a good boy. Make sure to give him some love. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into this review. We did take this to the range. As you can see there, I'm going to tell you our findings on our 3, 5, and 7 yard drill. Let's go ahead and pop open the box so we can show you what you get when you buy this new. Okay, so all right, there she is. So what we have is the 365. Okay, this is basically your regular P365, except for you have some accessories that are going to come with this as part of that Tacpac. Now this model here does have the manual safety on it. Okay, I do like that as a manual safety. We'll talk about that a little bit more. All right, so we have the firearm, we have the safety flag in the bag. We just took that out. Okay, with this is cool. You're gonna get 3 12-round mags. 3 12-round mags. Okay, one of these magazines sells for $50. $50, $100, $150 worth of mags in the box. Okay, and then you also get a holster. Okay, you get the Sig branded holster, and on these little hinges here you'll have a bag with different attachments. So if you want to do a inside the waistband, you have the attachment for that, or if you want to do a outside the waistband, you just simply click those onto the hinges, and so you can choose which one it is that you want to do. That's pretty darn cool, okay? All right, so you also have your instructional manual. This one actually says P365. If you guys see my review on the P365 SAS, the manual was actually a P320. No joke, didn't change anything about it. It's how it came from the factory, okay? And we also have, the important things, stickers. We got a sticker. We have a manual for your holster. We have some extra propaganda for some Sig accessories and also their Spec 1 lubricant. Okay, underneath the foam you have your lock and, so nice of Sig, a little bit of lube. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and toss this stuff to the side, and that way we can jump into this gun. Okay. All right, so a little bit about this gun here. This is a micro compact double stack chambered in 9mm. You're going to get 3 of these 12 round magazines, so it is a 12+1 capacity gun, which is very impressive for how small this gun is. Pretty darn amazing. Okay, so you have a 12 round mag right there. The barrel on this is 3.1 inches. Okay, the overall length on this is 5.8 inches. Okay, and the height is 4.75 inches with the mag in it. Okay, with the 12 round mag in there. All right, and the width on this is 1.2 inches. Okay, and that is because you also have the manual safety here. Okay, weight on this is 1 pound 2 ounces with an empty mag. And the sale price I've seen on these is $549.99, okay? Which is awesome because if you look at the regular P365 with the 10-round mag, so it'll have one with a pinky extension, one that's just a flush fit, those MSRP at $599, okay? So those are MSRPing at $50 more than what I am seeing these sell for. So this is a incredibly good value. Okay. All right. So as we do, let's start off at the top and then we'll work our way down. But first, actually, let's talk about our findings at the range. Okay. So we did our usual thing where we do the 3, 5, 7, and 10 yards. We're doing 5 shots in 2 seconds. On the 3 yards here, nice small group. That's a 2.3 inch group. Buried another one right in the same hole there. The 5 yards, 2.75 inch group. 7 yards was my biggest group. I had a big stray over there, and that made it a 4.8 inch. And then the 10 yards, tightened that group right back up to 3.2 inches. So, needless to say, I was fairly happy with just the open sights on that drill. I was definitely happy. And if you've seen any of my other videos with the P365 XL, like I said, here it is. I liked it so much, I bought it. I wasn't able to get my hands on the Tacpac because they've been sold out everywhere. So the second I got one, thank goodness, Northwest Armory, again, thank you so much. They were able to get me one of these in my hands so I could show you guys the love. And honestly, I think I might end up buying one of these too. Who knows? These reviews are terrible for my bank account. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's jump into top to bottom here, starting off with the sights. Okay, so these sights are a 3-dot tritium sight. Okay, so these sights have the 2 dots in the back with some nice anti-glare machining. Okay, these are dovetail, so if you wanted to swap these out, you could. Okay, the front sight is a high-vis sight, and that is also tritium as well. Okay, I really like the sights as is. I don't really see any reason that I would swap these out to anything else. Now, the 365 models don't have the optic plate, okay? That's going to be the XL models. So if you're looking for something with an optic plate and you don't want to machine this, then you might want to look at the XL right out of the box because that's going to have the optic plate. Or they also have the XL with the Romeo Zero already mounted to it, okay? So those are a couple different options, but if you're not looking for the optic, no big deal, okay? All right, let's go down to the slide. All right, so the slide, just like the other 365s, beautifully machined. Okay, this one does have a little indicator there on the barrel, so that way you can see if there's brass inside. It's kind of like a loaded chamber indicator right there. The front serrations are fantastic. Rear serrations, easy to grab as well. The machining on the P365 insignia there looks fantastic as well. Really like that. Very happy with that. Okay, so, and of course, I mean, all these small little bevels, angles, things like that, just add to the sexy factor. That's for sure. The sexy factor. All right, so let's go ahead and go down to the safety. Now, on mine, on this XL, the ones with the Romeo Zeros don't come with safeties. They're not available that way, at least as of right now. And so I was talking about, in that review, I was like, oh, well, if there was a safety, you know, I wonder what it'd be like and how nice it'd be. You know what? Sig really knocked it out of the park with this safety. It really matches the slide lock release. It matches the takedown lever too. It matches all of those things, and they've really done a great job of making it flush, yet still keeping some grip to it. I have absolutely no problem manipulating this safety at all, okay? Especially if it's on and then I'm taking it off. No problem at all. Gosh, they just really knocked it out of the park on that, okay? And I do wish that this came with it, because other than that, there's no safeties on these guns, okay? So it's not like a huge thing for me, but if it can be there and it can be easy to use, I should say, then I would rather have it. But it's really intuitive, and I just don't find it to be out of place in any way. And it doesn't look like one of those things that was a copy-paste, like, oh, we need to add a safety to our gun. Somebody find something and just plug it on there in the, you know, in the CAD and make it part. No, it actually looks like this was well thought out when they put it in. So I'm really pleased with that. Let's go ahead and go over to the mag release. This is an ambidextrous mag release. You can switch it over to the other side if you so choose, but as of right now, it's going to be on the left side of the pistol, okay? Mag release, just like how I had talked about in the 365s before, you do have to press this mag release pretty hard, okay? And with that being said, even though my thumb can reach the mag release, no problem, I still have to turn my thumb to get in a position to push it in hard enough, okay? Now, I still bought the gun. I still bought the 365 XL, and it has the same kind of issue or something like that, because what I found was, after some practice, right, even if I have to turn my hand, so take it, you know, with a grain of salt from me, because my hands are medium size. So if you have larger hands, you know, you might not have this issue. But I had to turn my hand a little bit to get my thumb in a little bit better position to manipulate that magazine release, okay? But I found that with practice, it was not a big factor for me, okay? So as long as you're practicing that, and of course, when you're over at the gun shop and you're looking at this gun, you know, that's something you want to mess with. Like, okay, is this going to be something that's going to drive me crazy or not? All right. I know that there are companies out there that are making enhanced mag releases and things like that. I haven't got a chance to get my hands on them. As you may know, right now during the COVID-19, you know, pandemic, gun parts are very hard to get. Guns are hard to get. Gun parts are hard to get as well. So as soon as I get my hands on that, I do plan on doing a review on some of the upgrades or accessories that you might want to put on your 365, being that the popularity of this gun is just through the roof right now. This is just like, you know, have your cake and eat it when it comes to concealed carry guns. I mean, this small double stack, 12 rounds. Hello, Springfield Hellcat, you know what I mean? This is like right after you, and that's just how this comes in the box. No accessory needed. All right, so anyways, mag release, like it. All the other buttons and like the slide lock release, like that, okay? Safety, great, like that. Mag comes out just like it should. Doesn't really get held up in there. Like I said, I had to practice a little bit before because my palm goes past the bottom of the mag. So moving that pinky, kind of getting that out of the way when I press that magazine release. Just with some practice, that's going to happen, okay? But if you plan on just keeping everything on there and hitting that mag release, your middle finger will probably get in the way, okay? I notice that the middle finger does get in the way, so I kind of move that out slightly, and then I move my pinky, okay? So that way the mag can actually drop out of the way, okay? So, a little bit of practice. I think that this will be a very comfortable fit. If you find that you don't want that to be, it's maybe too much of a factor, like too much of your palm is covering that mag, maybe you need to consider the XL, because as you can see, this extended base plate right here to add on the 12 rounds is essentially just part of the mag well on that one, okay? So whereas this would be shorter without the mag in there, and that's where it might get caught on your palm. This one, the XL, that's just how it is, okay? And you do have that mag well, which is also going to push your hand even further away from where the magazine goes in, okay? So if that is a factor, maybe the XL is going to be a little bit better fit for you, okay? So there's a 365 for every day of the year and every type of person, I guess. What do you know? All right, let's talk about the grip. Grip, super ergonomic, fantastic. Like it very much. I love the finger groove right there, especially when you are shooting it at the range. That gives you nice control. You know, it stays very stationary. And I like that finger groove too, and I like this about the other ones as well, just may have not mentioned in the other ones, but it's smooth, okay? So where you're getting, maybe a bit of friction there, okay, it tends not to gnarl up the inside of your middle finger, which I do really like that a lot, okay? But the grip is very ergonomic. The only thing, like I said, is if the grip isn't long enough as is, and you just want to have your magazines, you want to have a 12 round magazine, but it not be a pinky extension to the grip, then I would say go with the XL. You can also get the flush fit 10 round mags in there as well as an accessory. So if you want this to be even smaller, okay, to print less, totally. But as is, I think that they did a fantastic job with that. Looks really nice. Okay. All right. So the trigger on this is the same as the regular P365. There's no difference in the Tacpac. The Tacpac, the SAS, and the regular 365, they all share the same curved trigger. This is a 5-pound trigger. It has about a medium reset. I don't mind the reset or the or the 5 pounds, at all. I don't find that to be a big factor, especially if you have one that doesn't have a safety on it. I think that a heavy trigger pull is kind of appropriate for that, okay? But the reset on this is fantastic. There's the pull, nice, crisp trigger, and the reset, nice, audible, and you can really feel when that trigger kind of breaks and gives way and you're ready for the next shot. Fantastic. Really like that too. Okay. And if you did want to swap out the trigger, there are aftermarket companies that are doing flat face triggers. Also, I believe they are doing adjustable triggers now. So it kind of seems like more and more accessories each time I look at one of these guns have come out from different companies. Now it's just a matter of being able to get your hands on them because they sell out so darn fast. Personally, I really like the flat trigger. I think that's partially because a lot of my guns already have flat triggers, so I'm familiar with that feel. If that's a factor to you, either, and you love everything about the gun, get the gun anyways, and then just put in a different trigger, or, maybe consider a XL and go from there, okay? Because you can also, these are modular in a certain fashion, like the P320s, where if you wanted to, you could take off the slide, okay, from this. So say you had an XL and you really love everything about this, but you found that maybe the slide was a little too long or whatever, there's aftermarket slides now that you can get, and you can certainly put the smaller slide on your XL frame. Very cool. So I I really enjoy what Sig is doing with the modularity aspect of their P320s and their 365s. Now I just have two guns that are taken apart on the table, so I got to figure out what goes where. That's my only problem now. Okay. All right. There you go. This one goes here. Ta-da. Beautiful. Fantastic. Okay. And we'll go ahead and put this one, the Tacpac, back together. So, it's hard to go wrong with this. I mean, like I said, what really got me to eyeball this gun and say, hey, I need to review this is, one, the manual safety. Those are hard to find. And then 3 12-round magazines. And the modularity just is like the cherry on top. So, love this gun. Love all the P365 XLs a lot, except for the SAS. That one, we have a love-hate relationship. Okay. So anyways, let's go over to the ergonomics. Like I keep mentioning before, the safety, very ergonomic. Like that a lot. The gun feels fantastic on you. It's not heavy. It's not too light. Everything feels so great. Like I said before, people who have large hands love the feel of this gun. People who have small hands love the feel of this gun. The texturing on the grip is just enough where it's not going to chew up your clothing or your skin if you're doing it inside the waistband. But it's enough that when you're shooting this and your hands get sweaty, you're not slipping in the grip. You know, the beaver tail on the XL, in my opinion, is better than this beaver tail. I like that it extends out further, and you will notice that in the recoil management at the range is, you know, more surface area is better when it comes to managing the recoil. So I did notice that, and of course the flared magwell at the bottom. Okay, you can see that flared magwell is bigger, okay, between the XL and the regular 365. But other than that, what this is meant for is fantastic as a micro compact 9mm, okay? Yeah, the only thing I would say is just practice with that mag release. You know, eventually you're going to get it. And if you just don't like that this is an extension to the magwell, then I would just bump up to the XL or get the XL grip module. Okay, recoil, like I was saying during the ergonomics, recoil is fantastic on these guns for what they are. Small micro compact 9mm tend to have quite a bit of pop, but with this grip and even like down here where it kind of comes forward, I think all of this really aligns your hand naturally, and you know, you just ease back on that trigger and it's just fantastic. I mean, it's just awesome. You know, even though it doesn't have any like palm swells to it, it just doesn't even feel like it needs it. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about this. So the recoil, it's fantastic for such a small pistol. And the sights too. The sights are nice and bright, and so you really pick up on that front sight like that when the muzzle flip comes back down. In regards to accessories, you do have the accessory rail here. Sig Sauer has done a good job of making some flush fit lights and lasers. There are other companies, of course, making laser light combos, fitting for this gun. I mean, I've seen different grip modules, different slides, different barrels. I mean, just about different everything you could do. This is almost having the following and customization mentality as like a Glock 19, okay? So if you want something for this, my goodness, it is out there. Threaded barrels, compensated barrels. I mean, the list just goes on and on. And I really love seeing, you know, photos of what people have done online and stuff like that. But, you know, maybe we'll have something like that here on the channel one of these times. But I want you guys to see stuff that you can actually go in the store and buy. You know, that's important for me because it drives me crazy when I see something I love on Instagram or YouTube and they're like, well, I've actually had this customized by 15 different stores and they made a custom barrel for me and they put my face on the hood of it. It's fantastic. And I'm like, what? How do I even get one of those? So, you know, I don't want to have something that you can't go to the store and buy. That's important to me. So, but if you wanted to customize this thing, you know, to the moon and back, you absolutely could. Let's talk about the fit and finish. So the fit and finish on this is fantastic. I know that one of the things that I have been talking about is the gap between the slide and the frame. This has a very minuscule gap in there, and it's about that long, which is, you know, it's probably a third of an inch long. It's tiny. I would not, in my opinion, be worried about debris getting in there if this is in your holster or anything like that. The spacing between the frame or the grip module and the slide is fantastic. Like I said earlier, the controls here done very, very well. You have the safety there, and it looks just fantastic. The serrations, the P365 insignia looks great. On the back, this plate here, how it lines up with the back of the pistol and the angle, everything looks just beautiful. Like I said, you know, this one's mine. I love the gun so much. I was so happy with it. I ended up buying it for myself. And I would recommend this to, you know, any of my friends or family as far as a concealable firearm. Just fantastic. So anyways, you guys, I hope that you got some good information out of today's review for the P365 Tacpac, 3 12-round magazines, and a holster. Just awesome. Very, very happy with this. And if you could, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment something awesome for us. That helps us immensely with the channel. And then, of course, if you want to get one of these P365 Tacpacs, they go very quickly, but you can go to nwarmory.com and you can buy one and they'll ship it to your local FFL, or you can do an in-store pickup. And if you happen to go into the store, say, hey, Grant McLean over at the Concealed Carry channel, he sent me in, and you know, they of course want to make sure that when they're letting me show you guys these guns, that it's not going unnoticed. And if Khaki is there, he's such a good doggy, so make sure to give him some love. All right, we will see you next time for our next Concealed Carry review. Beast mode. The drum roll. God, I just love this gun. I love this gun. Should I do a giveaway with this? I don't know. Put that in the bloopers. It's not going to happen. I'm going to keep them all. Get that Tacpac. Okay, I'm done.